Make sure you're muted, CC.
Okay.
I was told to deliver this message. You think you're invincible because you got money, bombs, guns, and planes, killing babies, innocent people. I think you're insane. Chaos and destruction is the name of your game. Somebody's got to stop you before the whole world goes up in flames. So he told me to tell you, I'll
fight for my brothers. We can go to war. Fighting for my father, I will give my life for. I feel so alone in this white man's world. Whip it in the kitchen, watch that white turn pearl. Standing on the corner, standing on my phone. Standing with my gangsters, but I'm standing on my own. If you said to me his own, split you like you me alone. Sacrifice my life, understanding each his own. Toast to the keys of success. Bel Air rose on my breath. I've been a student since '03, and we can fight till we see peace.
I fight like that. 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 I fight like that.
Let me holler at you for a minute, give you game. Real scrappy, love to bada Buddha bang. Trigger happy, and everybody in the game. You shot your family and didn't even know it, man. Same rules, same code, with a different slang. Struck him out, and now they took him out the picture frame. Mama, don't cry, we gon' get by. 2 weeks later, got killed in a drive-by. Why must we fight amongst each other? Reach one, each one, teach one, my brother. I teach them how to fight on the grass and in the class. Snoop Dogg, all stars, yes sir, they coming fast. D1, football, we won. Now proud of my son, Lil Snoop, yes sir, cause he won. Right on, SC, fight on. We 100, keep it coming, dip, slip, slide on, light on. I fight like that, 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 I fight like that.
Watching the warriors, the story of the rebels. You from the ghetto, did you know never to settle? I'm shooting common on the streets, I'm a pharaoh. Battling in African-American apparel. Fists on a t-shirt, youngins doing street work. Grinding till they teeth hurt, that's because they need work. Working till the feet hurt, trying to get my soul right. Used to be on old bikes, serving them that cold white. Wars in the winters, the block is hot in summers. Today's mathematics, we know it's strength in numbers. To the bosses and the runners, the hustlers and the stunners. We fight for the hundreds, we fight for the oneness.
He fights with the heat. He fights with the sleet. He said, I am who I am. I can't be beat. Nobody has won a war against me.
I fight like that, 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 I fight.
All of the nations of the earth as we speak are angry. They're angry because governments cannot suffice the needs of their people. They're angry because a few have gotten wealthy at the expense of the many. And the poor and the sick and the weak and the unlearned multiply and the value of their lives are diminished by the rich and the powerful, so that when human life is devalued, that in the eyes of man you are unworthy of the gift of life, then it is easy for another human being to take the life of another human being that he or she has devalued. Black life in America is devalued. Hispanic life is devalued. Even poor white life is devalued. There's a way that I have to behave. I'm free, but I'm not free to rob you of yours. I'm not free to take from you what does not belong to me. So if I will construct my life according to these righteous principles, then between man and man, man and woman, peace. Between race and race, peace. Between rich and poor, peace. We have our beautiful Mexican family. This once was theirs. So you can't say to them they are aliens. That's a horrible word to use for former owners. I see my indigenous family here. Many tribes, but they're really one great nation of people that now must be reunited with themselves. So it's their time now, as well as ours, that God would intervene in our affairs and bring the bottom rail to the top. The government is not rehabilitating soldiers. When they send you away to kill. When you come home, they gotta reconstitute you for civilian life again. Make sure you have a job so you can take care of your family, but they're not doing it. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad says, a woman can do anything that a man does, and the only thing he forbids the woman to do is the thing that degrades her. So how high can you go? High as you want to. Why would God allow the female to wear his attributes if you can't be a manifestation of that attribute? Women, you got to be set free. What God has put within you must be cultivated, must be developed, and must be used for the advancement of a nation and a world. I said to myself, Mr. President, why the hell don't you go to the wicked police department? Why the hell don't you stand up and tell them that your killing of black youth and brown youth is not gonna hold no more? Why don't you stand up? God's word is in need of a truth that will set up a government where everybody can live in peace under real freedom
real justice, and real equality.
This city has always fascinated me, the city of Frankfurt. Known to be a city of trade and economic growth. As a kid, I was amazed by handing over a piece of paper for ice cream, toys, and candy. Handing over such a paper and receiving a toy racetrack in return, I just could not believe it. Where could I get this magic paper? This idea I couldn't get out of my mind. I started asking questions and read every book I could find. I learned the money was backed by gold as a paper form to save us carrying it around. Something of real value behind the paper. But everything was changed. The value was capped, and the gold standard, as it was called, was abolished. Since then, the value of money has been the biggest lie of all. The dollar bill is now just a paper subject to inflation and devaluation. This must stop. The solution returning to a piece of gold that you can actually hold, and it holds value or even better cash gold. Paper pressed and refined with real gold. A masterpiece solution, a forgery-proof, totally digital cryptocurrency. Here I am in the city of money, but not as a banker or a gold dealer. The Frankfurter Book Fair has invited me to read from my books that will help the world believe in gold again. Think Big will help show people how to be successful. I am very proud to be here.
But as closer I get to the ring, I'm more confident. Once I'm in the ring, I'm a god. No one could beat me. A good fight is just to be diligent and committed and disciplined, doing what you hate to do, but do it like you love it. And you're not doing it with passion and love, and you're just doing it for money. It's the emotional outcome is going to be disastrous. Not necessarily the size of the guy, you know what I mean? It's basically the spirit and the competitive in his heart. As we get older, we lose our hair, we lose our teeth, we lose our mothers.
Talent? I don't believe in talent.
Many times I quit boxing before I even became a professional boxer.
He's an American former professional boxer. He was known for his ferocious and intimidating boxing style, as well as his controversial behavior inside and outside the ring. Nicknamed Iron or Kid Dynamite, he's considered to be one of the greatest heavyweight boxers of all time. He's Mike Tyson, and here's my take on his top 10 rules for success. Number 10 is my personal favorite, so I'm curious to find out which one you guys like the most, and make sure to stick around all the way to the end for some special bonuses.
While I'm in the dressing room, 5 minutes before I come out, my gloves are laced up. I'm breaking my gloves down. I'm pushing the lever in the back of my glove, breaking the middle of the glove so my knuckle could pierce through the leather. I feel my knuckle piercing against the tight leather gloves on the Everlast boxing glove. When I come out, I have supreme confidence, but I'm scared to death. I'm totally afraid. I'm afraid of everything. I'm afraid of losing. I'm afraid of being humiliated, but I'm totally confident. The closer I get to the ring, the more confidence I get. The closer, more confidence I get. The closer, more confidence I get. All during my training, I've been afraid of this man. I thought this man might be capable of beating me. I've dreamed of him beating me, but I always stayed afraid of him. But as closer I get to the ring, I'm more confident. Once I'm in the ring, I'm a god. No one could beat me. I walk around the ring, but I never take my eyes off my opponent. I keep my eyes on him, even if he's ready and pumping. He can't wait to get his hands on me as well. I keep my eyes on him. I keep my eyes on him. I keep my eyes on him. Then once I see a chink in his armor, boom, and one of his eyes may move, and then I know I have him. Then when he comes to the center of the ring, he still looks at me with his piercing look, and as if he's not afraid, but he already made that mistake when he looked down for that 1/10 of a second. I know I had him. He'll fight hard for the first 2 or 3 rounds, but I know I already broke his spirit. During the fight, I'm supremely confident. I'm moving my head. He's throwing punches. I'm making him miss and I'm countering. I'm hitting him to the body. I'm punching him real hard. And I'm punching, when I'm punching him, I know he's not able to take my punches. 1, 2, 3 punches. I'm throwing him punches and bunches. He goes down, he's out. I'm victorious. Mike Tyson, greatest fighter that ever lived.
A good fighter is not necessarily the greatest fighter that ever lived. It's where you want to go. You know what I mean? A good fighter just to be diligent and committed and disciplined, doing what you hate to do, but do it like you love it. You know, always testing yourself and forcing yourself to the limits. You know, if you know you if you love women, then deny yourself that. You know what I mean? That's what success in general is all about, sacrifice. From my experience, of any little success I may have had, just be willing to sacrifice, you know. Unfortunately, sometimes you can't have fun accomplishing your goals. And when sometimes people don't have the determination, the will, and the steadfastness, the tenacity, they give in under the slightest struggle. I don't want to do anything unless I'm passionate about it. You know, I don't care any money. That's what I learned about peace and happiness. That if you're not doing it with passion and love, and you're just doing it for money, it's the emotional outcome is going to be disastrous. And that's from my experience. That's just really what I know. So I know it has to be just for pure passion and the love for what I'm doing.
As a smaller boxer yourself in terms of stature, how do you take on these big guys with a big reach?
I don't know. It's not necessarily the size of the guy. You know what I mean? It's basically the spirit and the competitive in his heart. You know, if a guy wants to fight, he could be 4'2" and fight a guy 6'9". You know, if you want to fight, you're going to fight and you're going to do well. That's just the average of law here in the game of boxing. If you really want to do it, you're going to do well. But what I found out in life, as life goes on, life is about losing. As we get older, we lose our hair, we lose our teeth, we lose our mothers, our fathers, our sisters, and but it's the ones who overcome, they're lost in life and could shun away adversity and always willing to fight it. Every particular moment in life are the ones that are able to transcend and be able to spread the word to other people who's in that same particular genre as they are. In order to be great, you know what I mean? You gotta be prepared to fail greatly as well. You know what I mean? It's all about how you handle the failures, you know? And I'm good at handling failures. Yeah. And I'm good at handling this. I don't know, I'm not that good at handling success. I can handle failure better than I can handle success.
I feel I was born to fight because I have no other interest in anything else. Everybody's a fighter in their own right. You're a fighter, I'm a fighter. Everyone that's in this room, even the newspapermen, they're fighters. But everybody don't get up every morning and run. Everybody don't go to the gym every morning. And everybody don't have enough discipline to wait in the locker room for 2 hours or 3 hours, then go in the ring and do what they've been taught all those years in the gym. And so that's what separates a champion from a mediocre fighter.
What about talent?
Talent? I don't believe in talent. Well, some people, they have talent. It's good. It helps when you have talent. As long as you have a lot of determination and willpower, that's all you need. And you have to have the will to win.
We all know about your love for Cus D'Amato. How much of him is in you when you're doing this?
I don't know. I'm just not him. Maybe if I continue to do this for another 20 years or so, I may be somewhere in there close to his level of protection of his fighters. But as of now, no, it's not there yet. I'm just not as seasoned experiences as Mr. D'Amato was.
You speak of him in the present tense. He's very much with you at all times?
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much.
Would you have him as one of the most special people in your life?
Absolutely. No one could inspire me as much as he did. You know, if I was discouraged, I say, you know, because sometimes I'm sure in your field, you say, well, really, things may have got difficult, something may happen in your life. I don't want to do this no more. We all go through that. I don't want to do this no more. And he would inspire me to say, hey, this is the route to go. He would inspire me to want to do. Many times I quit boxing before I even became a professional boxer. As an amateur, I quit. I didn't want to do it. And he gave me the inspiration and the reason why I should be doing this. My whole job was just to inflict pain in people's minds. A lot had to do with intimidation factor. Yeah. That's the biggest aspect of anything in life is intimidation. Because once a person who's a great anything is intimidated, he can no longer perform under the high level that he's normally accustomed to working because he's intimidated and he's shut down. Yeah. And I'm the master of that. I put it out, I was going to be the most intimidating athlete in the history of the world of sports. Forget boxing, the history of the world of sports, you know. And you have to be willing. Boxing and sports and everything. And life is all about a bluff. It's almost like playing cards. Like I say more so than I say shooting dice. Yeah. You know, because you could change dice and stuff, but they can't. They're hard. They can't mold. You know what I mean? You get if you just shooting, you shoot. Cards could bend. Yeah. Cards could bend like life. Us in life, we can bend. And even though we got a bad hand, that don't mean we're gonna lose the game. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. We're going to stay in there, we're going to hold it to the end. And it's the same way in fighting and in life. Because we were born in swallows and sewers and gutters, that don't mean we're going to stay there. If we have the desire and willpower, perseverance to be able to endure the pain. Yeah. We got to endure that pain. You know, look at me, everybody likes me now. Yeah. I'm the last man standing. Everybody likes the last man.
What will people remember about Mike Tyson 50 years from now?
50 years? I don't know. That's the most destructive, ferocious fighting machine that God ever created. Yeah, that's what I think.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I made this video because Ali Hassan asked me to. So if there's a famous entrepreneur that you want me to profile next, leave it in the comments below and I'll see what I can do. I'd also love to know which of Mike Tyson's top 10 rules had the biggest impact on you and why. Leave it in the comments. I will join the discussion. Thank you so much for watching. Continue to believe, and I'll see you soon.
Took a long time to grow up. It really took a long time to grow up and deal with the responsibilities of life. Because, you know, when you're boxing and playing rugby and football and all that stuff, what are you doing? You're living a life of Raleigh. You're living like a kid. You don't have many responsibilities.
What do you miss most about the life then? The old days.
It's not much I miss about it. No. Because when you really think about it, at the height of my career, I'm making 30, 40 million a fight, doing what I want. Anybody I want to see and meet, I see them on television, strange. I see them, I like them, I make a phone call. I can meet anybody, do what I want to do, but I didn't have any peace. You know, I didn't have peace. And now I'm not even at the height of my career. I don't make a tenth of the money that I made then. And I got cartoons, I have shows. I could have never accomplished this when I was fighting. I would have never gotten along with the producer. I would have been arrogant. It's just, you learn humbleness as you get older in life. And you learn if you don't come in this world humble, this world will thrust humbleness upon you.
Do you think it's more important to be respected or feared?
I would like to be respected. Respect is more powerful than love, I believe. You know, but how many people out of the obligation of love, Machiavelli, out of the obligation of love, have we hurt? Just think about it. Everybody that's listening to me, just think out of the obligation of love. This is my sister, my brother, my girlfriend that I cheated on. My boyfriend who I didn't tell him everything. He should have knew this is not his child, or whatever the situation may be. You know what I mean? We just have to know this is what it is. You know what I mean? Some people can get by with just being respected. Some people get higher for being feared.
The Mitch Blood Green story is the greatest story ever told.
We hope Mitch is still around.
Yeah. I love that story. The best.
In your one-man show, you talk about this guy might even show up, but he actually had you worried at one point because
because listen, every time I'm somewhere, this guy's popping up. You know, I'm in the hospital because of my car accident. They said, Mike, look outside. I look out my hospital window. It's a crowd and there's the president. He's giving an interview calling me. I'm tagging that Cicely Tyson, homo Mike Tyson. Holy.
For those of you that don't know the Mitch Blood Green story, he fought Mitch Blood Green and he beat him. Then he terrorized Mike for years. Would show up at dinners, at restaurants, and would try to fight him all the time. So Mike's getting fitted for a suit one night. There's this place, what was it, in the Bronx?
in Harlem.
In Harlem, all right. In Harlem where...
where you buy them, those knockoff stuff.
Right. And he said this place, it was a place where you would go get fitted for suits, and it was open at 3, 4 in the morning. And he said, that might sound weird to you, but pimps, rappers, and everybody else would go get suited at this place, so that's why it was open that late. And he said Mitch Blood Green came walking in one day and started, calling him all kinds of names. And he said he was like a zombie. He said he hit him, and he broke his hand when he hit him. And he knocked him. He knocked him out dead. And then he gets up like Jason he said every time he knocked him out.
When I knock him out, I'm scared. So let's get to the car. Next thing I know, boom, 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 boom. What the I didn't even believe this. My right hand on my children like he out. And I said, let's get out. He was walking. Next thing you know, dun, 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 dun.
Like he keeps knocking this guy out, and the guy keeps getting up and chasing after him out to the thing, and then the game changer is he rips the mirror off Mike Tyson's Rolls Royce, and Mike has to get out and knock him out again before he drives away. But
I was gonna let him get rid of that. I was gonna let him get rid of that. Gonna take my little Rolls Royce to break the window off, break the little mirror, the side mirror, right? Yeah, ripped it off.
Because I've heard this answer before, but I want to ask you on this platform, Mr. Delco. We know the Free 103 story, got free in 103 days. What I would like for you to, not to break it all the way down, but what I would like for you to do is maybe we talk about massive action. Can you explain or maybe break down what you did that enabled you that freedom?
Mr. Muhammad, was he listening to us? Did you have him on the line?
I think he had some kind of bug on our phones.
Yeah,
proof we need to start using our InPost phones.
You asked him that earlier?
We literally talked about my game plan for the next 90 days. I'm going to relaunch my business. And the reason why I haven't done it yet is because the team is really growing like weeds, and it's going so fast till I know that once I sit down to start recruiting again, it's going to double launch and I'm going to be twice as busy, and I got to get my mind ready for that. But what I did, which is what I'm going to do again, I got my start date, June 15th. I'm going to do exactly what I did before, except I'm going to do it in my business account, in my wife's account. And this is what I did. And if you keep it this simple, you will do it too. Because I think people spend too much time. Here's a good one for you, Mr. Toure Muhammad. People spend too much time getting ready to get ready.
Boy, please.
Yeah, they're cleaning their desk, they're organizing their paperwork, they're making their list, they're vacuuming the floor, they're buying new equipment, getting it all set up just right, getting their little live stream software together, they're reading books, they're doing all the stuff, they're getting ready to get ready.
Mm-hmm.
And when I saw Karat Bars, I had this blessing called the inspiration of desperation. I realized that I had worked for 40 years. I was 49 years old when I saw this thing. And I just did what every logical thinking broke person should do. I looked in my bank account and I divided my bank account total by the number of years I had been working, and I wanted to kill myself. I was disgusted. I had $5,000 in the bank after working since I was 15, and I was 49 years old. And somebody had the good graces to call me and say, take a look at this video. And when I looked at it, I saw that it was saving gold and getting paid to tell others how to save gold. Let me let that sit on you for a second, because I think people spend way too much time making it other than those two things. Maybe it's three. Get in business for yourself, saving gold. That's one thing. Get in business for yourself, saving gold, and referring others to do the same. They do those too. And their people do those. It's two things. Tell people, save gold, make money. And when Mr. Best explained it that way to me, Dante, I said, okay, I got it. I'm going to save gold. I'm going to share a video, and I'm going to do it again. Over and 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 over again. I'm not going to get all deep with it. I'm not going to become a professional, nothing. I'm going to save gold for myself. I have 100% control over how much gold I save. And I have 100% control over how many people I tell. Outside of that, I have no control. I don't have control over their reaction to it. I don't have control over their level of work ethic and how hard they're going to work the business. I can control two things: how much gold I save and how many people I tell. So I mastered those two things. I put zero effort in what I cannot control, and I put 100% effort in what I can. Did y'all hear that? I'm deep, right? I'm a genius, right? Aren't I a genius? I'm a freaking genius. I spend 100% of my time on what I have 100% control over, and I spend 0% of my time over what I have 0% control over. I can't control who says yes. I can't control how hard they work when they get it. I can't control what package they get. I can't control who talks about me. I can only control what I do, which is get gold, and who I tell. I got total control over that. And if you tell a bunch of people, some of them are going to do it. And you can't tell who's going to do it. So don't even worry about who does it. Just tell a bunch of people. If you talk to 100 people, 20 of them are going to do it no matter how bad you explain it. And you shouldn't be explaining it. Just share the video. 20 out of 100 are going to do this in spite of you. And 5 of those 20 are going to crush it. And 2 of them are going to be better than you. If you ever get that through your thick skulls, that it has nothing to do with you other than how many people you expose to the business, you will get rich.
That's right.
Talk to 1,000 people, 200 will join, and 50 of them will take massive action, and you're going to crush this. 50 will take massive action, 20 of them will be flat out superstars. I have 55 active legs, and of those 55 active legs, I got 5 legs that are flat out turned on and excited, and I couldn't stop them if I tried. I could talk down on Carrot Bars, and those 5 people would delete me off of Facebook, and they would keep running. Because there are people out there that's just like you. Do you think you're the only Neo? You're not. So what did I do? I picked the phone up. Hey, Dante, I got something I need you to take a look at. I'm going to text you a video, and I'll call you back in an hour. Cool? Fair enough? Hey, Eric, I got a video I need you to watch, man. Watch this video right now. It's 15 minutes. I'm going to call you back in an hour and 15 minutes. Fair enough? Santoya, I got a video. I need you to watch this video, okay? What is it? Don't worry about that. Watch the video. I'll call you back in an hour and 30 minutes. Good enough? Hey, Rafus, I got a video. You need to check this out. This is phenomenal. A way we can make some serious money together. Watch the video. I'll call you back in an hour and 45 minutes. Fair enough? What is it, Mike? Don't have time right now, bro. We'll talk when I call you back. Watch the video. I did that all day for 30 days. I remember, Eric, sitting on my sofa like this, and it went. And when I heard the phone, it woke me up. I was like, oh, snap. Let me go to bed. I dropped the phone work in the business. I was so committed to this thing. I had a talk with my wife. I said, babe, I need 30 days, 90 days, uninterrupted. Don't ask me about going to movies. Don't ask me about going on vacation. Don't ask me about chilling, hanging out. I need you to just I love you. And you know I do. Stay over on that side of the house. When I come home from work, I'm going to be over here in my office. I'm going to be on the phone for 90 straight days. Can we do this? I said, I promise you, you let me have that peace and you push me and you make me do it and we're going to get free. She's like, let's go. It was March 3rd of 2014 was the last day I ever punched the clock for somebody else. I'm a grown man. You're not going to tell me what time I can go to lunch. You're not going to tell me how long I can talk to my wife on my break. No, you're not going to tell me how much money I can make. I'm a grown A, which stands for African, I'm a grown African man. You're not going to tell me. You're not going to tell me what time I need to be somewhere. All right. So that was it. That's massive action, Mr. Taylor. Long answer. Massive action. Do everything in your power right now. Don't put a time limit on it. Just go call everybody you know. I made a huge mistake during my first 60-day run. I had a good friend. I had been friends with Sherry Brown for over 20 years, maybe 25 years. And I said to myself, Rayfus, I said, I'm going to prove the system. I'm going to go make some money first, make sure it works. Then I'll call her because I don't want to introduce my friends to something that doesn't work. Don't do that.
Right.
Don't be like Mike. Don't do that because let your friends, they're adults. Nothing is more annoying than people call me back and say, you told me about the Carrot Bars and I put $4,000 and I haven't made any money. You're an adult. Pull your big boy pants and big girl pants up and go to work, right? The business works. You haven't done anything. You can't tell me you made 100 calls in 30 days and you haven't made any money. You're lying. I don't have time to sugarcoat it. I'm 56 this year. I can't say you're not telling the truth. You're lying. You know you didn't make 100 calls in 30 days. You're lying. You made 3 calls in 30 days. The business is predictable. It's a numbers business. It's numbers. You got to go through those numbers real fast. And if you do, you will have a phenomenal business.
That's right.
I'm sorry, I'm back. Okay, so yes, I was muted. So welcome everyone to this mighty edition of Classes in Session. It is an honor, a privilege, and pleasure to be with you. And welcome to our 100th episode. That means 100 weeks. We've been consistent in doing exactly what we intended to do, which is make our programming what it needed to be, so that you can get training, so you can get information, so you can get inspiration, so you can get all those things that allow you to be, better at what it is that you do. And as brother says, we apply pressure to our craft. So I want to thank you for the honor, the privilege, and my absent-mindedness of not turning the sound on right away, but I think I got it. I had a senior moment. So I'm going to go through a couple of housekeeping rules before we go to the next segment. As soon as I get the screen to cooperate with me, we'll be on our way. And I think it's just about to, let's see, it's about as old as I am. Okay, where are we? Where are we? Okay, you see that wonderful sister down there? She's going to be coming on in just a moment. That's Sister Coach CeCe Mahone, mentor extraordinaire. Yes. So glad to see her and have her present with us this morning on this episode. Been with me every step of the way, guiding me with several principles, jewels, gems, nuggets, and I'm so grateful. In fact, this episode doesn't come without a gift. So it was randomly selected. So all of you who have emails or submitted emails to us at some point or another, check your email. And there may be a gift there for you and your team in appreciation for all that you help us to do in being better brothers and sisters and servants to each other. Okay, so you check your emails. Don't be mad if nothing's there. Just wait for the 200th episode. Okay, but hopefully it will work out for us all. Okay, so keep it the main thing. The main thing is gold. It's gold. That's what produced this opportunity. That's what produced my joining on to the opportunity. That's what produced 100 weeks of programming. Because the main thing is the main thing. And we lose sight sometimes. You know, we get tickled by the nice treats and innovations that Dr. Seiss introduces, and we go full throttle with it. And sometimes we make the mistake and forget the basics. And those basics will always, always, always see you through. So with that being said, thank you. And let's get rocking with these housekeeping notes. Of course, today is the day. This is it. The 2020 Paper to Gold Run to Wealth Conference and Expo. You can still get tickets at www.runtowealth.info. Those who are following this and may not have the ability to get a hold of a ticket, and you're not on anyone's team, and you have not been introduced to this opportunity by anyone, you can go to www.goldguru.info and register for your free gold savings account, and that will gain you admission into the opportunity. But don't just jump into the opportunity because you see some value in it and you didn't register with the one who contacted you. So I just needed to say that. I had a long conversation after midnight into the wee hours this morning with Mr. Michael L. Dalco, and we are excited. We're pumped to no end. Brother Kevin 2X Thompson will be on with Team Freedom, finding real educated entrepreneurs to help develop others to a millionaire mentality. I want all of you to make sure you have paper, pen, crayon, dirt under the fingernail. Well, not dirt under the fingernail. Whatever you use to write with, you know, get a hold of it, because what is going to explode onto that screen for you is a projection for your future. Something that you can control right now with what you already have. Sister Kimberly Broom is going to really bring it home. And many of you know Brother Tony Chambly, another fellow wealth builder who has been an intricate part in developing stability in our household from just some of those wealth building jewels on top of what we do in saving gold. Saving gold is the foundation. Leveraging the economy in your household is the foundation. But how do you protect it? How do you nurture it? How do you develop it? How do you grow the cash flow? You see, how do you ensure that the wealth is generational? You're going to hear all of that and more, God willing, today, 2 p.m. Eastern. Go to www.runtowealth.info. We will not steer you wrong. Okay. And then, of course, at 10:45, this thing is doing whatever it wants to do. But at 10:45 a.m. today is the Mighty Mighty Power Call with, I believe it's Mr. Matthew Taylor or Brother Kansu Hotep Atum. And one of them will be bringing the funk, the fire, the blaze. So 10:45 a.m. Eastern, www.goldrocks.info is our platform for all things wealth builders. Okay, and then 12 noon, we have a 12 noon presentation there. Also, Brother Kansu Hotep. And then we're back tonight at 9 p.m. with Mr. Tyrone Best. Mr. Best will be giving a 9 p.m. presentation on Gold Rocks this evening. And of course, he'll be with us at the Run to Wealth conference. Of course, I can't get this off the screen. I can't show you what it was that I was trying to show you him on the different presentations, but it's having a senior moment, so just bear with it. And as we move forward, I would like to move forward with our sister and friend, mentor and comrade, Sister CeCe Mahone, and what she has to share with us this morning. Ready for Revolution. Greetings, Sister CeCe.
Good morning, Master Teacher, Brother Eric, and all of my amazing classmates. I am so honored to be here at this special event, 100 days of classes in session. And I have been blessed, along with my sister, to be students in this 100 days. My amazing and awesome sister has been given the gift of writing, more specifically of rhyming. And she gave me the honor of presenting this tribute to our master teacher. It's entitled 100 Days of Classes in Session. Well, classmates, can you believe the 100th day is here? We have been learning so much, it makes me want to cheer. 90-Day Run to Freedom was one of the things Eric Terray started, and we were made to realize that from God, we should never be parted. We have a teacher who just refuses to take bragging rights, but we all know how much he cares, especially by the way he stays up most nights, listening and waiting for the topics he should serve, and we have had to put on our big people panties when we had the nerve. He is a real man and not ashamed to cry, giving and giving sometimes not even knowing why. I'm sure that I speak for all of us when I say in Eric Terray, Muhammad, and gold we trust. So maybe if we all bring apples and strive to get more A's, our master teacher will agree to teach another 100 days. The Maui class of 2020. That is presented to you, Brother Eric Terray Muhammad, for being the best teacher that those two sisters have ever had the pleasure of being in class with.
Wow, y'all set a brother up for the hokey doke. Okay, don't ever do that again. Have me bust out and man, thank you so much. It is an honor. It is an honor. Thank you, and I pray God that we're all given another run, another 100 days, and to share with the billions of people around the world this opportunity to bring what God has in store for all of us. See, you messed me up. What he has in store for all of us. This is bad. I'm even using my face mask. oh, gracious. Okay. All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Man, I don't know what to say about after that. We might as well just open up the. Who else want to get on and say something? No, I can't do it, but I sure would. This CC, thank you, Nomawi, thank you. I love you all so much, all of you. What can we say? I'm gonna mute your mic. There's some distortion coming through, but I'm just muting the mic. If you need to say something, please, by all means, let me know. But this whole run, okay, is because of one man's vision, desires of seeing a whole world free. And you got to know from whence we come. You got to pay honor, tribute, and offer gratitude, extreme gratitude for Mr. Ty Best and Miss Valerie Best. Now, I know that Dr. Sykes, this is his vision, this is his dream. But to teach a people who have no idea what it is to save, what it is to focus on what's important, and develop a system. I mean, everything that this man has given us, you got to know it comes from God just as much as Dr. Sykes with the vision for gold. And it can't be emphasized enough. If I had 1,000 tongues and each tongue cried 1,000 times, it would never give thanks enough for Mr. Tyrone and Miss Valerie Best. And that's just a fact. That's just a fact. I would not be here right now. Mr. Dalco would not be with us today. We would not know all of these wonderful people that we now call family if it were not for Mr. and Mrs. Ty and Valerie Best. So I'm grateful for what you shared. I'm trying to find a way to throw it into another court. I'm really trying my best, but I am grateful. So let me just go on and share this part with my glasses so I can see us. Hey, Cece, I didn't know you were there. Listen, we deposited gifts in your email. Again, not everyone, but we randomly selected them because we knew we could not reach everyone for all that you've done over the 100 days and more. Okay, but so much has been given to me, to us, that I want you to be able to extend that blessing with your downlines. So the gift is self-explanatory. And if you follow it, I believe in my heart of hearts, your business will be on the verge of explosion. So people, this is another CeCe Mahone ism. People don't necessarily care about what you know. People want to know that you care. And there's no greater example of that than in Wealth Builders. To embrace people that we've never known, to embrace people that some of us have never even seen. When I first came to my first Let's Go weekend in the spring of 2019, okay, that was Let's Go weekend 8. I walked up in that place, and to see all the love and the slobbering that everybody was doing all over each other, just couldn't believe they were seeing each other again. It was only a few months earlier that you were with each other, but y'all were just losing your minds. Y'all falling into the hallways trying to grab each other to hug, and and it was just amazing to see that kind of experience. It was genuine. It was genuine. It didn't matter your title, it didn't matter your race, it didn't matter your ethnicity, it didn't matter your political persuasion, it didn't matter your gender preference. None of that factored into where we were, whose we are, and where we were heading. And today is really no different. Now, we may be operating a little differently because we have more of what we were doing in the beginning, more of the virtual presentations, more virtual interaction. We're not going out as much, but I want us to pay attention to the basics of what brought us all together. When Mr. Dalco shared in that interview he did with Brother Dante Taylor and Sister Santoya Stacy, when he did that interview, and Rufus Jones was there, Rufus Jones Jr., excuse me. When he did that interview, he shared the basics, the fundamentals on how to grow the business and how to be honest with ourselves. Now you might not have liked the rawness by which he brought it, because, he called us a couple of names, and he talked about our thick skulls. And, I heard a lot about that later afterwards when we first showed that presentation. And it didn't bother me in the least bit, because I understood where the man is coming from. This man has accomplished. Now he's looking at 90,000+ people in his downline. Can you imagine that? You should be able to, because that's your reality too. There are 8 billion people in the world, and all we have to do is pick up the phone. All we have to do is communicate through text. All we have to do is do a live stream or two. All we have to do is be regimented and programmatic and consistent about what it is that we believe. Some of us are consistent without failure. We'll turn on the television every morning and watch the news. We're consistent. It's like habit. Some of us will get up every morning, put on a pot to have some coffee. We have routines. We have things that we do out of regularity. Some of us take medications. Some of us walk dogs. Whatever we do it with regularity. How much more important is to provide that type of regularity for your business? Here's the last thing. When we came across doing this class in session, we had little random ones here and there that I was doing sporadically. And it started with Sister CeCe acknowledging that these classes were going on, and she talked about them being meaningful and appreciated. And I said, wow, maybe I just need to keep this up. And I would talk to Carlito about it. And every now and then I would just bust out with random streams, classes in session. Okay, we're doing X, Y, and Z. I wasn't paying attention to numbers. I wasn't paying attention to who was watching. I just felt like if God gave me something to share, and I know it's true and good, I must share it. I'm on the road at that time on a wealth building tour, and I leave for Memphis. First time going to Memphis, Tennessee, as a wealth builder, and I'm there as a guest of Brother Finance the Boss, Sister Yolanda, and baby girl Candace, and Team Boss. And Mr. Best is also there that function. It was their first function there, first major function. Cluis was there, I believe, a few others. And it was the first time I got the opportunity to meet and really talk to. I mean, I met them, but I had not really had the opportunity to talk to Dr. Patrice and Lady Lisa. Falami and I, my wife Falami, we were there. And she kept referring to me, Lady Lisa Gordon, as the teacher, the master teacher, the teacher, the master teacher, the teacher. And I'm like, what is wrong with this woman? You know, she just kept saying it, and she did a live stream. I'm here with the teacher. I'm here with the teacher. Well, I always see myself as a student. So, you know, I was like, well, if it works for her, fine. You know, but I really couldn't digest it. I couldn't relate to it. And I shared it with my brother Carlito. He said, bro, he said, you are a teacher. I said, no, I'm a student. He said, well, then be a student teacher. Just get up there and talk about what you learn as a student, what you learn in your class, man. He said, but people can relate to it. I said, okay. And so if you know, I never call myself a teacher. I just really believe that when God gives me something to share, I'm supposed to share it. And I appreciate all the accolade. I appreciate all the support, you know, but I would love you more for it if you do for others what you seek to do for yourself. Share the opportunity with everyone. Share it. Don't be stingy. Don't hide your light under a bushel basket. Don't hide the talent. It can be taken at any time. Do all that you can to communicate this truth to people, because it will save their lives and extend ours. So I guess that's all I wanted to say. What you got, Sister Cece?
Can you hear me, brother?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I just wanted to say thank you so much for allowing Demaui and I to be in your class. I was not a student, a good student in school. I went there because I like to have fun and talk to people. I love recess. I liked English, and I did not like math. So I couldn't understand why I had to stay in school. I did not like anybody telling me when I had to go to lunch and to the bathroom. But being in your class for these 100 sessions has just been amazing, because I wake up, I make sure I'm awake. Sometimes if I go to sleep late, I set the alarm clock, because it's like I can't miss class. And to see all of the amazing classmates that are in class along with my sister and I. And I just want to tell you how much we both appreciate you taking the time, because it's a lot to do what you do. You have to plan for your classes, and we appreciate you. We love you. We know that this is God seeing the whole Karatbar as Wealth Builders Worldwide, and that you became a part of our lives. And now we have a brother, Eric, Teray Mohammed. We love you. That's all I can say, brother.
Thank you again. I'm going to get off this line, family. I'm going to shut this sucker down because I'm getting sort of emotional here. Man, we got a conference to get ready for. So I truly appreciate all of you. I thank you for your participation. Make sure you're part of the runtowealth.info. Get your tickets. Get your tickets at runtowealth.info. That's today, 2 p.m. Eastern. Share with everyone, everywhere. Those who have been blessed with the emails, know that you're a true blessing to all of us, and we definitely appreciate you. I'm moving over to Sister Lakeisha McKnight, then I'm getting over to Brother Consu Hotep Atun, and then I will be at the mighty Super Saturday Power Call. Okay, 1045 or www.goldrocks.info. All right. So, the screen decided to work. I guess it is time for me to go. All right, family. Peace and power. Love you all. Thank you again for a wonderful 100 seconds. And as Sister Cynthia and Sister Maria stated, may there be 100. May there be hundreds more. Peace and power. Forward.
Peace. Strong words. Love. Soul. And change. Yeah. This is Big Snoop Dogg. Coming at you live and direct. And I got something to say. You dig?
Let's change the world, divided we fall, but united we stand. Let's change the world, no fights, no wars, oh let's learn to love again. Let's change the world, let's change the world, let's change the world. Whoa, oh, oh. Let's change the world, let's change the world, let's change the world. Let's make hope for the future.
Brother, what will you discover if we come together and do it like we never? I'm just sick and tired. I'm fit to light the fire. Now put this on the wire. The devil is a liar. I do this with no hesitation. Meet me at the reservation. Elevating, educating, meditating, concentrating. Replenish ya, finish ya, opposite of sinister. And I do it for the minister.
Let's change the world, divided we fall, but united we stand. Let's change the world, no fights, no wars, so let's learn to love again. Let's change the world, let's change the world, let's change the world. Whoa, oh, oh. Let's change the world, let's change the world, let's change the world. Let's make hope for the future.
Somebody need to stop the war. Man, the war ain't overseas, it's at your front door. And I done seen too many brothers shot up on the floor for more than drugs, that's in colors. And now you call us warlords. But if you can help it, then help it. But you ain't helping us. You so selfish and selfless, you wanna see us breathless and helpless. But I'ma hustle and tussle for all my brothers who struggle. Yeah, we bang the world. Now let's change the world.
Let's change the world, divided we fall, but united we stand. Let's change the world, no fights, no wars, oh let's learn to love again. Let's change the world, let's change the world, let's change the world. Whoa, oh, oh. Let's change the world, let's change the world, let's change the world. Let's make hope for the future.
No killing, no shooting, no dying, no lying, no gang banging, so no more mamas crying. Everybody get along, man, that be the perfect song. Peace in the streets as I sit back on my phone, chilling with the president. He let me in the White House, back to the castle with the minister. No doubt, shoes at the front door. Love is what you come for. Let's get it right and unite, but do it right.
Let's change the world, divided we fall, but united we stand. Let's change the world, no fights, no wars, so let's learn to love again. Let's change the world, let's change the world, let's change the world. Whoa, oh, oh. Let's change the world, let's change the world, let's change the world. Let's make hope for the future.